A business jet flying from Moscow to St. Petersburg crashed, killing all 10 people aboard.
Yevgeny Prigozhin may have been killed in this plane crash.
Business jet has crashed about 100 miles northwest. Founder of the Wagner mercenary group seen here, Yevgeny Prigozhin, was listed among the passengers.
Yeah, this is potentially a really dramatic moment.
Prigozhin was listed among the passengers.
North of Moscow, authorities say they're investigating.
Hello, and welcome to Air Crash Chronicles, the channel that explores the mysteries behind some of the biggest air disasters in history.
Yevgeny Prigozhin, the founder of the Wagner mercenary group, died in a plane crash in Russia about 2 months after his failed coup attempt. The Russian aviation authorities stated that his private jet crashed in flames during a domestic flight. There is speculation that Russian President Vladimir Putin, who had accused Prigozhin of treason, ordered the downing of the aircraft. This incident follows the firing of Sergei Surovikin, the former commander of Moscow's war effort in Ukraine, who has not been seen in public since the coup. Prigozhin, once a loyalist known as Putin's chef, became embittered with the Russian government's handling of the war. Despite an uneasy truce between Putin and Prigozhin, the crash occurred, resulting in Prigozhin's death along with 9 others, including Wagner figure Dmitry Utkin. Some sources believe the aircraft was shot down by Russian air defenses, while others suggest that Prigozhin may have staged his own death. Pro-Kremlin analyst Sergei Markov attempted to place blame on Ukraine, suggesting it was a terrorist attack. Journalist Christo Grozev dismissed this theory and instead proposed that Putin personally ordered a hit job to humiliate Prigozhin. The policy of the Russian government to eliminate opponents has led U.S. officials to anticipate the death of Yevgeny Prigozhin. Secretary of State Antony Blinken made a remark at the Aspen Security Forum suggesting that Russia has an open windows policy similar to NATO's open door policy. U.S. officials, including President Joe Biden, expressed little surprise at the news of Prigozhin's death, attributing it to the brutality of the Putin regime. Diplomats from Central and Western Europe also shared the belief that Prigozhin's survival chances were slim after his failed coup attempt. The plane crash occurred exactly 2 months after Prigozhin's uprising, which involved capturing the headquarters of Russia's southern military district. Prigozhin, initially a small-time criminal, later became associated with Putin and developed a restaurant business. Prigozhin, initially a small-time criminal in St. Petersburg, gained favor with Putin and started his catering business, Concord, which secured lucrative government contracts, including supplying rations to the military. He used his connection to Putin to establish the Wagner mercenary group during the Russian occupation of Ukraine in 2014. Prigozhin publicly admitted to leading Wagner in September, after Putin's full-scale invasion. He gained prominence by recruiting convicts and leading successful but brutal attacks in Ukraine. However, Prigozhin became frustrated with a lack of support from Russia's high command and defense ministry. He expressed his anger through profanity-laden rants on Telegram, distancing himself from the military leadership that Putin remained loyal to. An aircraft said to be carrying notorious warlord Yevgeny Prigozhin, whose Wagner group launched a failed mutiny in June, has crashed on a flight from Moscow to St. Petersburg, according to Russian officials. All 10 people on the plane, including 3 crew members, died in the crash, Russia's emergency ministry said, according to state newswire RIA Novosti. Russian officials said a man with Prigozhin's name was among the passengers. Russia's aviation agency published a list of names of people aboard the jet, including Prigozhin and his right-hand man Dmitry Utkin. A social media page linked to the Wagner group also reported Prigozhin's death late on Wednesday. The head of the Wagner group, a hero of Russia and true patriot, died as a result of the actions of traitors to Russia, the Gray Zone channel on Telegram said. But even in hell, he will be the best. Glory to Russia, it said. Prigozhin's death would mark a spectacular end to his career. After playing a prominent role in Vladimir Putin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Prigozhin in June led his paramilitary force on a historic abortive mutiny march on Moscow. Prigozhin recently stated that Wagner would redeploy to Africa, where they continue to operate as mercenaries in various conflicts. Although it seemed that Prigozhin had been reintegrated into the Russian security establishment, US officials expected him to face consequences for his actions. They believed that Putin, known for seeking revenge, would not let Prigozhin escape retribution. The plane involved in the crash, an Embraer Legacy, was frequently used by Prigozhin for his travels, including trips to Africa. The aircraft was on its usual flight path to St. Petersburg when it crashed near Tver. Videos shared on social media showed the plane rapidly descending, accompanied by what appeared to be shots fired from anti-aircraft defenses before crashing in flames. There are investigations into the cause of the crash, including the possibility of a terrorist attack. Earlier on the same day, Sergei Surovikin, a general believed to be close to Prigozhin, was dismissed from his position in the Russian Army's aerospace forces as part of a crackdown on potential sympathizers of Wagner. Surovikin has not been seen in public since the failed coup. This is it for today's episode. We're going to keep you in touch about this terrible news about Prigozhin's death. Actually, already there are theories about that he staged his death. What are your thoughts on his death? What really happened and what do you believe in? Subscribe to the channel and click the bell button so you won't miss the next episode. Goodbye.